Hey, so I show up to metal detect this awesome new permission that I got, but the owner showed up and we got to talking, and he actually took me to additional property that I didn't even know that he owned. So we had to take a drive to get to it, but it's also just insane Civil War Battleground property. So I'm excited to detect it. There's just so much property here to detect. It's going to take a lifetime. So ran over here with the owner to check out this new property. I'm super excited about that, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, I'm going to dig some iron. This is showing as deep iron, but it can also have other stuff in with it. The property owner was born and raised here on this land. There's an old house that goes back to the 1800s. It's barely standing. He was actually born in that house. His grandparents lived in that house and before his grandparents. But he said that one of his family members growing up found a Civil War musket or rifle here on this property. He says he doesn't know whatever happened to it, but that's awesome. You know, just the potential of what could be out here. All right, got this in my hand, whatever it is. It's supposed to be iron. I think it just got dropped. All right, here we go. And that is, looks like a piece of wire. What I think these are is possibly an old nail through a piece of wood, whatever it was for. And that's old. That iron is like super old, the way you could see how it's degrading. But I don't know, not what we're looking for, so we'll keep going. Okay, so I got a signal, but it's actually, let me see, this tree branch. Yeah, I can move it. It's right underneath this branch. Okay, now let's see. All right, that's a good signal. 48. It's deep. I think I got it out of the hole. And if that's what I'm looking at, let me grab my pinpointer. But I think, yeah, look at that right there. Look at that. That's a bullet. That's awesome. So this is going to be, it's going to be the first relic from this property. What are you? It's not a 3-ring mini ball. I'm hoping to find Confederate rounds. This is pretty disintegrated. I'll clean it up more at home, but if you can see here, can't tell how many rings, but I'll clean it up at home. But I'm hoping that's a Confederate bullet. That's pretty cool. So it gives me hope. Yeah, I just got started, so let's see what we can find. All right, so check this out. I'm at the base of this really old tree. But look at the signal. That's just like, it's not showing anything up on my screen. It's showing it's deep, but it's just such a slight signal. So slight. So I'm gonna dig that. But yeah, walking through what was once a forest, you get a lot of swing noise with your coil hitting on branches when you're digging in a field. Just your coil hitting the stalks of the crops that were once there. So that's called swing noise. So you're used to hearing little bleeps and blips on your from your detector, but something like this could easily be walked right past. Yeah, I'm gonna get down, do this by hand, cutting through roots like this. I don't want to end up damaging a relic with my big shovel when I'm being forceful trying to use, you know, my shovel to cut through roots. So let's get down here and be a little bit more gentle. I don't feel anything on the pinpointer yet. Looks like I already got it out in my hand. I feel a bullet. I feel a bullet. Man, this is muddy. Geez, look at that. So that white oxidation on the lead, the old lead, a lot of other permissions, the lead has this brown crust shell on it before you even get to the white oxidation. This soil is so rich, you can see it's just black. It's extremely acidic, and you can just see, I gotta be super careful. Just wiping the mud off. And I'm not gonna do much more. I'm gonna wait till I get home. But that impacted something. See if I can see any rings. Yeah, just gotta be so careful. I can't tell right now. I see 2 rings on that, but we'll weigh it up, see if that tells us anything. But that's cool. As I'm going, I'm swinging everywhere, but when I get to the base of these, what you could tell are super old trees, you know, I'm trying to pay attention to that too. So, okay, got another super faint signal. So, and it shows deep. Obviously, I'm digging a really deep plug. Just again, don't want to damage anything in there, so I'm making my plug wider than I know where the target's at. So I already get it out. How'd that happen? Got it out. Another bullet. Let me see here. I'm not going to use my brush. Yeah, man, these things are just eaten away by the soil. You see that oxidation just kind of wiping off on my glove? I want to keep that there. I don't want, as best I can, I don't want the bullet to show its original gray lead. So what is this? It's the same thing as the other one I found. It's not a 3-ring mini ball. I'm seeing 2 rings, and it feels much smaller. So on to the next. So this farmer, what he told me that he's going to be planting his crops in March. So, you know, wintertime out here. All the fields are cleared, so that's the time to get out. But good thing is that all of this land that's been clear cut can be metal detected even in the summer when the fields are full. So that's cool. All right, so this is a 25. I haven't really been getting that range out here. That's kind of like a button range. That would be awesome. Okay, I feel something. What's that? Look at that. That's... is it going to be modern? It's round. It's going to be like a bottle cap. Yep. Bottle cap. Alright. Well, this is a 51, but it's not deep. Yeah, is that going to be aluminum? Yep, that's aluminum. On to the next. Alright, this is a 30s, high 30s on the Manticore. I think it's a little lead ball. I'm gonna have to clean it up more when I get home to see exactly what it is and if it's Civil War related. It's just too muddy out here. See, my hands are it's just too muddy to just brush off. So, all right, we'll get back to it. All right, so this, it's like a 60, but yeah, I'll bet you it's aluminum. I don't like how it's like right in the sidewall. Yeah, it's right in here. There it is right here. Yes, sir, that's aluminum. Okay, so there ends up being a lot of aluminum in this particular field. The owner brought me over here for the first time. I just wanted to check around and see, kind of get the lay of the land. But I'm gonna head back over to that field that was all clear cut, and we left some good relics over there. It was actually loaded, so we're gonna head back over there, and we'll get back to this field at another time. I wanna say that this field, although it's got a lot of aluminum that we're digging, this was where the Confederate lines were during battles. So there are going to be relics out here. So I am excited to get out here and actually spend some time in this section, because there were a lot of divisions of Confederate soldiers right here. So there are things to find. But for now, let's head back over to that clear-cut field. It's exactly where I want it for a bullet. It's a 51 to 56. It was kind of bouncing around. In this section of this new permission that I just got 5 days ago, in this whole section, I have dug aluminum one time. I dug one soda can or whatever it was near where the workers would have been that did the clear cut all the trees down. That's pretty cool. Okay, it's out. Come on, where are you? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's a bullet. Man, that... You gotta be careful with these. That oxidation's just... The soil eats them up. So yeah, I'll be careful with this one. I want to say it's a 3-ringer, but it feels light. I mean, it looks light, feels light, but we'll see. But that's awesome. Civil War bullet, and it looks like it's made impact. All right, this is wanting to be a signal. It's just not yet. It's kind of faint. So I'm gonna let's remove some soil. Okay, I think I got it. I do. That's a bullet. Another bullet. Let's see, this one's impacted something. Okay. This one looks like it hit, just full on smacked a tree or went into the dirt. The fact that it's just completely, where it impacted is just completely uniform and smooth. See that, how it's like flattened out? So if it hit something else, you normally see the impact looks different. And that's just not metal detecting. I know ballistics beyond this hobby, so, but that's what that is. Very cool. And let's keep going. Let's check this out. Yeah, it's crazy. Some of these... I like digging these targets that are really faint. I feel like it makes you have to work and get better at your detector, at detecting in general, to find the quiet ones, the deep ones, the ones that, you know, you could have walked past. But yeah, with these bullets, they're just a big old chunk of lead. Some of them are faint like this and hard to detect. Other ones, you practically trip over them when you're walking by, just because of signal. Okay, I'm gonna put my coil over it one time just to... There we go. There we go. I just flicked it out of the hole. And from the glance that I just had of it, let's check this out. Is that a Williams cleaner? Right there. That's a Williams cleaner. And you know what? That's so cool. I love these bullets. This one's fired. It's made impact and it still has the plunger stuck in the bottom of it. That's so cool. Dang it. Yeah, I just love when these things tell a story. Dropped bullets are pretty, but these are cool. You can see the mark on the top, around the top right here, where the soldier, you know, used his ramrod way too hard to jam this thing into probably a pretty mucked up barrel. Black powder is so filthy. Modern day black powder, you shoot just a few rounds and it's time to clean that barrel out. The soot just builds up so quick, and that's what would happen is these guys would get bullets stuck. They'd have to kind of put a screw down into the top of the bullet and extract it, or just ram it down there as hard as you can. So that's awesome. Keep going. All right, so I just had to move and actually cut a bunch of vines and small branches that were here. All right, this is just a super weird target. It's showing me iron, but also non-ferrous, not iron. So I'm curious as to what it is. You know, when you're detecting, you should always be aware that if you've got a target, let's say you've got an iron target above a coin or a bullet or something like that, that iron can mask the target underneath it. Some machines do really well, the Manticore being one that can distinguish, that can actually see that good target, even though there's a big iron target right next to it. So, alright. That's just weird. Get a mouthful of dirt. Okay, I'm feeling something right there. I feel something with my shovel. What is it? I'm feeling roundness. I feel something round. Not totally round. Man. Whatever it is, I hope that's just not the butt end of a soda can buried in the ground. No? What the? Good Lord, what? That's freaking heavy. Okay. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? It's almost like this is a lid or I don't know, but this is just heavy. Like it's steel or something. All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think this is going to be? Is this part of a bomb or something, like a Civil War shell or something? Yeah, because this on the bottom just looks straight up iron. I think that's it. Hey guys, so this thing that I wasn't able to identify in the field, as soon as I got back to my truck, I was thinking about it and it dawned on me. I checked in with a buddy who is very knowledgeable also. This is a shell fragment. This is actually the back end of a Parrott U.S. artillery shell, a Parrott shell. And I believe that the lead shot, the 1-inch piece of lead shot, actually came from this shell. They're loaded up with lead shot or steel shot, so when they exploded, it just threw shrapnel everywhere. But this thing was so heavy, and it's encrusted. You can see in the pictures, it's encrusted. It's been in the ground for almost 160 years, and I am going to try doing some electrolysis on it. I've never done that. I've always wanted to kind of set something up in my shop for using electrolysis. It'll break off the rust, and it leaves you with just the bare metal. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'll probably do a video on it. Lots of videos out there on how to set it up. It looks easy, so I'm going to give it a shot, and then we'll see what this looks like in the end. But this is awesome. I've found shell fragments before, Civil War shell fragments, but this is the most that I found, the most recognizable chunk of a Civil War shell fragment. So very neat find, and I'm excited to see what it's going to look like when it's all cleaned up.